Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a full service on a 25 horsepower 4-stroke Yamaha outboard. I'm going to show you everything that you need to do in order to get your boat back out on the water, with spring being just around the corner. This is everything that you're going to need to perform a full service on your boat. You'll need 2 spark plugs, 1 quart of 1030 motor oil, your oil filter. You'll need lower unit lube. You can use either SAE 90 or 8090 gear lube. But you'll need a pump top with a threaded lower unit attachment. As far as tools, you'll need a 14mm socket to remove the drain plug, a 3/4 inch socket to remove the spark plugs, an extension to reach the spark plugs, your ratchet, and then you'll need either an oil filter wrench or channel locks to remove the oil filter, and of course an oil pan. Now we're ready to drain the lower unit lube. To do that, you'll need a large flat blade screwdriver and also an oil pan. You'll find the drain plug right here on the front and lower unit. Now it's going to drip out pretty slowly until you remove the fill bolt up here, which will allow it to release the suction and drain out. Now for draining the engine oil, you'll need a 14mm socket and a bucket to catch the oil. Let's go ahead and pop the hood, that way we can get to the spark plugs and the oil filter. Alright, let's get this drain plug out. It's 14mm. On these Yamahas, the drain plug will be on the left-hand side of the motor. On your Mercuries, it'll be on the right-hand side. Once you break that loose, go ahead and have your bucket ready. Unfortunately, changing the engine oil on these smaller boat motors is really just a messy job. Now it's best if you have 2 separate buckets, one that can catch the oil as soon as it starts coming out, and then a second pan on the ground to catch it once it slows down and it just starts to drip. Now as you can see, the oil is just dripping. I've got the motor turned to the side a little bit here, and it's just dripping down into my oil pan. I also have the lower unit still draining. It's about done now, but it's still dripping a little bit out of there as well. Now that this lower unit has had plenty of time to drain out, you can go ahead and refill it. You can use either SAE 90 or 8090 gear lube to do this, but you will need a bottle with a pump top on it, and then this attachment here that threads into the lower unit. Now notice that you put it in on the bottom. That way you can pump it and fill it up, and then when it gets to the top, you'll know it's full. You can reinstall the top plug, remove the bottom. As you saw earlier, it has enough suction that it won't let any drip out. And there we go, we're full. Let's get our top plug reinstalled. That's good. Then we'll remove the bottom and reinstall the bottom plug. Wipe up our mess. Now that the engine oil is drained out, we can go ahead and remove the oil filter. So before we do that, you want to stick a rag under here just to catch any drips that spill out of there. And then, of course, I'm using a real oil filter wrench. If you don't have one, you can just use a pair of channel locks. Okay, this one's really stuck, so I'm just going to go at it with some channel locks. Alright, now I'll be using a K&N oil filter for this job. The part number is HP1008. I've already got the seal oiled up, so we're ready to install it. And you just want to go hand tight with the oil filter. Now I did go ahead and already reinstall the drain plug, got that torqued down nice and snug. So with that done, we can go ahead and refill with engine oil. We'll need 1 quart of 10W30. reinstall our oil cap. Alright, now we're ready to change the spark plugs. First off, let's remove the caps. Now these spark plugs are actually 3/4 inch, so you probably will not have an actual spark plug socket for these, but just any 3/4 inch socket will work. Here you can see our old spark plugs. These are an NGK plug. They're a DPR 6EB9. I recommend going with the OE NGK plugs. You can get them at any parts store. And these ones were $4 a piece. Then replace the caps. And with that, we're actually done under the hood for today, so we can go ahead and reinstall the cowling. Now there's one last thing that we want to do on this motor before we're done. We want to grease it up. So on the main spindle right here, you'll have a greaser right here. Stick it on and fill it up. And just keep pumping until it starts to squirt out at the top and the bottom. All right, that'll do. And just wipe off a little excess there. Now, although the customer only brought this boat in for routine maintenance, I noticed that the co-pilot friction was way off. So we're gonna take a look at that just to help him out. Now, the co-pilot friction is a feature that allows you to pull this lever to the side, and then it stops the motor from being able to turn, like this. So we need to fix that. Let's get this fixed. Go ahead and turn the motor over to the side. You want to leave the lever in the unlocked position. So hold that where it is, and then you'll take your wrench, this one's a 14mm, and tighten it down just till it starts to get a little bit snug, and then we'll check it. Right about there. Okay, that's just a little bit too snug. It's got a little bit too much tension. So we'll loosen that off just a hair. Okay, perfect. Now it spins nice and free, easy to turn. Once we lock this lever over to the side, the motor gets a lot harder to turn. It's locked into position there. That's what we want. I hope you found this video to be really helpful in getting your boat back out on the water this spring. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. As always, I want to thank the good Lord for another great day in the shop. Catch you in the next video. Happy wrenching.